Kind of damn happy. Candy, drop in the back room. You slide over. Alright, step out left front stance, left round block. Hey. Second block. Hey. Hey. Pump. Hey. Oh. What there? Hey. Hey. Pump. Hey. Go. What there? Hey. Hey. Pump. Hey. Go. What there? Hey. Hey. Pump. Hey. Go. What there? Eyes, feet, hip, hand. Eyes, feet, hip, hand. If you keep turning blind, you're eventually going to turn blind into somebody's fist. Stop doing that. Shoot on uke. Hey. Hey. Pump. Hey. Go. What there? Hey. Hey. Pump. Hey. Go. What there? Remember, everything that we do, we've had several conversations of late in some fairly in-depth levels. Twist, everything twists. It becomes really obvious on middle outside block. This is not a middle outside block. This is a middle outside block. For a whole host of reasons. Hey! Hey! Pump! Hey! Oh! Right there! Hey! Hey! Pump! Hey! Go! Right there! Get him right, down block. Hey! Hey! Pump! Hey! Go! Right there! Hey! Hey! Pump! Hey! Go! Right there! Middle inside block. Hey! Hey! Pump! Hey! Oh! Right there! Hey! Hey! Pump! Hey! Oh! Right there! Marote, double block, no hand lead me. Hey! Hey! Pump! Hey! Oh! Right there! Hey! Hey! Pump! Hey! Oh! Right there! Lead hand, tate ski, vertical fist. Hey! Hey! Son! Sheep! Go! Right there! Hey! Hey! Son! Sheep! Oh! Right there! Oizuki! Hey! Hey! Son! Sheep! Oh! Right there! Oh! Łatę. Good. Rickinski, back fist. Hey! Hey! Punt! Keep! Oh! Łatę. Hey! Hey! Punt! Keep! Oh! Łatę. Agieski, uppercut. Hey! Hey! Punt! Hey! Oh! Łatę. Hey! Hey! Punt! Hey! Oh! Łatę. Good. Kogiski, left hook. Hey! Hey! Punt! Hey! Oh! Łatę. Hey! Hey! Punt! Hey! Oh! Łatę. Shoot on command. Knee lift. Instep. Side kick. Front kick. Spinning back kick. One count. Knee. Instep. Side, front, spinning back. Hey. Knee. Instep. Alternating legs, walking forward, sorry. Side kick, front kick, spinning back kick. And land that way. And facing that way. Okay, prone middle guard. 8. Knee. Instep. Side. Front. Front kick. Front kick. Spinning back kick. Should end up this way. I don't care which leg that you end up facing this way. That's personal choice.
I'm not sure which leg I'm going. But I can spinning back kick.
Front row, take one big step toward me. There we go. All right, one more time. 8. Knee, instep, side, front, spinning back kick. 8. Knee, instep, side, front, spinning back kick. 8. Knee, instep, side, front, spinning back kick. 8. Good. Yummy. All right, 5-minute mask and water. start coming to this class more regular, or you just show up to surprise me?
I've now been coming in like once a week.
Alright, everybody good? Alright, from you on. Traditional tension hop up, number 1. Hey. Hey. One. Hey. Go. Go. Hey. Hut. Good. Good. Chill. Number 2. Hus. Hey. Hey. Done. Okay, don't forget for number 2, you're taking that hat, that 1 foot length scooch back every time. So when you come back to yoi, because we're not here by ourselves, you need to reclaim that at the end of the drill. So don't just step up to yoi, you need to come 1 foot length, whatever you went back, you need to come forward so you start and stop in the same place. So we're not constantly creeping back into each other. Ready? Oh! Roll! Hey! Hut! Two! Good. Number 3. Hey! Hey! Hut! Hey! Oh! Oh! Hey! Good. Just like everything else, you need to be in the moment, which means you're thinking about and doing 1 technique at a time. If you're thinking about the next technique or the next series, you're going to screw up what you're doing now. Where that becomes obvious in Tension Hoppo 3 and 4 is on the beginning. Because if you're not in the moment, you're over-rotating that shiko into something that it's not. So for number 3, going left, I drop into my shiko, I block, and I punch. What I'm seeing from a lot of you is, as I drop into the shiko and block, I'm twisting here. Yes, for bunkai, sure. This isn't what Tension Hoppo is trying to show us here. Okay? Trying to show us something different. You're trying to get to the end before you've completed everything else. So, drop in, punch, pull. Each thing in and of itself. Oh! Excuse me, I'll do a millet open hand, yes. Oh! Hey! Hut! Now, thank you for reminding me. Okay, again, you're making that half or that foot length scoot that way. You need to reclaim it. You're about to walk off the floor. Move your body now. There we go. Thank you. At the end of Tension Hoppo, when we make this come on, this is a forward intending fighting stance. Those of you that are coming out and making kind of a happy-ish looking cat stance. That's not what Tenshin Hoppo is trying to teach us here. Okay? It's not wrong for Bunkai. It's not wrong in its place. It's just not correct here in Tenshin Hoppo. After I make this punch, it's showing this forward aggression still here. I'm still in this fight. I'm not withdrawing here. Oh. Good. Where we at? Siege. Punch. Good. 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 Number 4. H. Eight. Nine. Eight. Oh. Oh. Again, make sure you're hitting that Shiko, not back stance, front stance, anything weird. Make sure you're hitting that Shiko for the block and the punch. Oh. Eight. Hey. Two. Good. Yeah. Number 5. Eight. Eight. Cut. Eight. Go. Go. Eight. Right. 2. Good. Can anybody tell me what the difference is between controlling a technique and pulling a technique? Everybody's heard of pulling a punch, right? Pull your punches. What's the difference between pulling a punch and controlling a punch?
Control the punch, you can still do full power, but not if you're counting out of the
Okay?
You're pulling before you're not finishing your technique.
There you go. Give that man a cigar, as they say. Yes. I will add a little bit to your control a little bit. Not only is it you can throw it full power, you can throw it to full power at whatever depth you want. If you want to stop 1 inch off of them, you stop at 1 inch off of them. If you stop at skin contact, penetrate, blah, 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 wherever you want to stop it, you can stop it. As Ken said, pulling a punch, you're already thinking about the out. You're not in the moment. You're not throwing a punch. You're already thinking about snatching that thing out of there. So you're not completing a punch. You're not in any way training a punch. Controlling the punch comes from feel and knowing your distance. Master action. He would tell you how deep he was going to go, and you would measure it, and it was pretty much right on the money. Right? Comes from the relaxation and being able to feel, know your distance, know your body, and feel what's going on. Once you hit that apex, out it comes. Like we were talking last time you were here, last Monday, same thing. That twisting, that circular motion coming out. If you watch people pull a punch, it kind of goes out in and then kind of snatches back out, like a straight line, like almost like a fishing pole, right? So what has that got to do with tension hypo number 5? It has to do with that jab across the top. I'm seeing far too much of this. Okay, this is good, this is good. I'm seeing a lot of that. The pull away at the end of the technique. What is giving you the impetus to go that way, to pull out to that angle? Or what should give you the impetus to go out to that angle?
Getting out of the way and getting yourself a better angle.
Absolutely true. Let me clarify the question. Outside of a bunkai application, a partnered application, your body just doing this drill, what in your body is providing the impetus to go out at the end? Say it.
Stand.
Stand, okay? Other opinion. Okay? Other opinion. Is it in any way your hand? No, it doesn't provide impetus. The hikite to your Chudan Kamae does help, but it is not the driver. Here, when you guys are doing this, it's literally you guys are using that hikite to throw your shoulder to drive you up to that angle. 1, 2. As I hit, my hip, my stance, everything that you two just said, this pulling here will add to it, but it's not the driver. Finish this punch, and then come out. You see too much of this. A couple more times with number 5. Hey. Better. Hey. Good. Done. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, number 6. Hey. Hey. Hug. Hey. Go. Yeah, I know we've talked, well, maybe not all of us have talked about this before, but I know I've talked about it before, at least some of you. Kata, drill, whatever it is. What is the most important? Well, okay, let's take tension hypo number 6. Block, punch, shuto, kamae, 4 parts. Which of those is the most important part? All of them. None of them is more important than the other. Okay? Why? Why is no single entity of that 4-part series more important than the other?
Everything you're doing matters.
Exactly. Everything that you do matters and has bunkai for the next motion. Okay? You want to see Sensei Jared go ballistic? Have him watch kata. At the end of the kata, yame, drives me insane. Why? The fight's not over. Same thing here. Let's see where I'm at. Number 6. Here, I'm seeing all this good. Most of you get to here, and then I see this. It's not over here. It's not even close. Hitting that kamae is just as important as hitting that shuto. Okay? I'm not saying that it has to be fast. I'm saying it has to have intent. Okay? Speed, power, all of that. You go to whatever level you want to go to. Okay? You know, within certain Goldilocks principles of your body. Okay? I'm going to move with a certain speed, a certain power. Everybody's going to move a little bit differently. So it's going to look slightly differently. You guys are going to start and stop at different points. You're going to finish at different times, maybe. But what should be identical is that intent behind each motion. And if you get to the end and you fail, how many people here have been to a karate tournament or been to watch a karate tournament or seen a karate tournament on TV? Okay. If you go to enough of them, you will see the inevitable. Sparring. You see some guy, especially point sparring. Yay! I scored. Because he thinks he scored. They'll get away with it for a while. Boom. Right in the back of the head. Because that guy doesn't think he scored. He turns his back on him, he gets his lunch eaten. Why? Because his sensei let him get away with, I'm done. Fight ain't over till the fight's over. It happens in drill. I don't know if you guys have experienced this yet. If you train long enough, eventually it'll happen. We'll be working partner drill. One or both of you will have a bad day. You're tired. You hear one thing, they hear another. Let's just say you've been doing rising blocks. We get to the end, we go to middle outside blocks. You heard middle punch, middle outside block. They didn't hear it because they're having a bad day. They're thinking about the argument they got with their spouse, the bad day the boss yelled at them. They didn't hear the change. They come forward, you go, oh, he's going to throw middle, oh, and you eat that one in the face. Because you weren't paying attention either. In these partner drills, the biggest thing, well, any drill that we do, the biggest thing is mindset. So when you're with your partner, yes, you hear, okay, it's supposed to be a middle punch. How many times have you done that to me when we're working drills? Huh? Quiet. It was a joke. Okay? They're supposed to throw something, they don't. You can respond if you're paying attention. That's part of what the drills teach you. But if you're already, okay, drill's over, new drill. Wrong mindset. Here, this zanshin, this perfect finish. This focused mind. This is where you develop that. I'll tell you a quick funny story about that. I used to work for a company called Lake Doctors. We took care of ponds, lakefront, stuff like that. One of our jobs was that we would stock fish. Okay? And some of these fish were actually, they would eat the weeds so we didn't have to chemically spray them. I was delivering some of these fish, and they were about, yay long. They're carp. They're about that big around. For the city of Winter Springs. Well, the head of the parks department wanted to get a picture of him holding one of these carp for their local Winter Springs Oviedo Life magazine thing. That's fine. So I've got a cooler full of fish. He hands me his camera. So I'm like, okay, and they're flopping around. These things don't want to be in his cooler. So I hand him the fish. I go to take a picture. Squirts out of his hand into the pond. So I'm like, okay, you ready this time? Yeah. So I grab another one. I hand it to him. I get ready to take a picture. Squirts out of his hand second time. Third time, I handed it to him. It squirts past my ear. I snatched it, handed it back to him, and took the picture. But the picture I got at that time was because he couldn't believe I snatched it out of the air and handed it back to him. Now, was I thinking, oh, I got to catch this fish? No. It's just, man, okay, boom, just reflex. Okay, there it was. Fourth time's a charm. Handed it to him, same thing. Went past my ear, snatched it, handed it back to him, but I caught the picture before he went. I caught him breathing like, you're done, dude. He's fixing to go to farm. So it's that kind of thing. You know, we've all done it. How many people knock the cup off, catch it in midair? Same thing. Mushin, Zanshin. Same thing. You get used to this type of focus, you do things like that. Another quick funny story. When I was a teenager, the movie craze was the ninja movies. Like every month, in the theaters, a new ninja movie came out. I'm like, hey man, I'm all about that. So Saturday morning, I'm in there watching the ninja movie. One of the coolest things at the time I ever saw was the hero of the story was talking to another guy. The guy knocked a full cup of coffee off the edge of the desk. I caught it, put it on the table. 13 years old, I went, man, that's a pretty cool effect. And that's what I thought about it until the first time I did it. Like, oh, you can actually train yourself to do things like that. It's not magic. So, that's where these magic tricks come from. You know, the karate stories. They're all rooted in other things. All right, nothing to get. You guys need a break? Water? Everybody good? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Water? Yes? No? Water? Pass. Oh, you guys are taking a break. Did I ever tell you my levitation story?
Nope.
Did I ever tell you that one? And, you know, the mystical karate masters who can levitate. I actually found out where that comes from because I saw it happen. This is not a story about, okay, I heard from somebody. I was physically looking at the guy when he did it. And it's not magic. It's complete abdominal control. Everybody has heard me talk about Higono Sensei, right? Right. Hanshi, Sean Eric, Sean Noger, and myself went to a clinic over on the beach. Higono Sensei was teaching. We're having our lunch break. It's like getting towards the end of the lunch break. Higono Sensei is up here by the showman, kneeled down, full formal seiza. And he's having a conversation with 3 of his seniors. Now, it's in Japanese, and it did not involve us, but literally, you know, I'm standing like from me to Carson away from him. Kanchi, Sean Noger, Sean Eric, myself this way. We're kind of just talking amongst ourselves, but then looking at them, trying to glean, you know, whatever we can from the conversation. And he got his arms crossed and in seiza, blah, 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 you know, whatever it was he was saying in Japanese. With no buildup, with no apparent effort at all. All you saw was his abdominal wall contract. He came off the ground, still in seiza, fired a front kick, pulled it back, and landed back in seiza. His arms never left this cross position. He was still carrying on a full conversation when he did it. The 4 of us were looking at him when he did it. The 3 of us all look at Hanshi and go, and he went, yes, you actually saw that. So that's where these, you know, he could yes, I saw him levitate. Now, did he levitate? No. He actually popped himself off the ground somehow by contracting his abdominal wall and pull it in, and gave him an upward emphasis. And again, to him, it was the most natural thing. He didn't even move, still carrying on conversation, front kick, boom, boom, boom. So all these, you know, magical stories, look a little deeper. Maybe it's something we can do. Yeah, I'll never be able to do it. Still to this day, I can't figure out what muscles he contracted to make that happen. I saw the external ones, but I don't care how many crunches I do, I can't get an upward force out of it. I don't know. All right, enough stories. Where are we at? Tension Alpha 7. Hey. Automatically back to yours, always, just like regular all the other tension help. Okay, remember on the palm heel, pull this hand back so you're driving with this part of your hand. I'm seeing too much of fingertips. Trust me, you do not want to drive your fingertips into somebody's head. Okay? Been there, done that, learn from my pain. Palm heel. 8. Hey, Carson, your target should be your nose. Okay? If he's that tall, you should have been running or shooting long before that. Done. Okay. Oh. Oh. Reset. Make a more pronounced step to that back 45. You're not stepping very far, and when you do step, you seem to be stepping more straight back. See? Yeah, there we go. Good. Hut. Two. Good. Good. Given what we were just talking about, is there anything wrong with doing tension Hapo number 7 this way? Okay, I got 1 vote for no, 2 votes for no. Why not? Intent. Right. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Most of you are doing that. I didn't want it to get into your head that, okay, it's now contradictory to what we were just talking about. The speed and the power are secondary to the intent. Going, yo, bam, bam, bam. What is my bunkai at that point? Block, punch, block or strike again, right? Doing block, strike, slow. What is my bunkai? Maybe. You're not wrong. For me, block, strike, this slow is me coming to command. Me watching what's coming next. Kind of thing. Still in that Zanshin moment, still in that, is this fight really over? But again, I can see your point. I don't disagree with them. For me, if I'm doing that, that slow kind of drag step, it's me watching for what's coming next. So again, bunkai is not necessarily block, punch, kicks, that kind of thing. Striking stuff. Could just be mental. Right? Number 8. 8. Good. Relax. Too stiff. 8. And remember, as we stack back, we're coming together and then back up. Hut. There we go. Good. 8. Go. Rope. After the down block and the back fist, what has to happen next before you twist for that punch? Front stance where?
45.
Okay. I got one vote for a front stance to the 45. Dissenting opinion.
I'm thinking piggyback.
Okay.
And then you turn.
Elaborate.
Do this. And then
Okay.
I guess
You're kind of doing it, but I kind of disagree with part of it.
Front stance forward or wherever your opponent's at. You can adjust that.
Okay. You both are kind of poking at the point I'm trying to make, but you're kind of poking around it. You're just gonna stand there quiet, or got no opinion? Okay, got no opinion. All right, in, down, here. Now we all agree the front stance this way. Right? Where I disagree with you, I'm not gonna hickey here before I move. I'm gonna hickey as I twist. That's the part I disagree with. Okay. So we can all agree that I need to get up on a front stance this way. How do I get there?
Remove the back leg foot.
Exactly. I make a front stance this way, which gives me that front stance this way. If I do that, train long enough and you can pull that off. It's kind of the same way you do that jab in number 5. Kind of. For now, in order to get that line, and train that line, you need to go here to give yourself room. Alright? Most of you are ending up here mostly by swinging around this way. Again, you train the other way long enough, you can pull that off properly. No, not so much now. Those of you that are just doing this, please stop doing that. You're going to break something, and this is not a front stance. All right, number 8 again. 8. Eight. Hunt. Yeah, better. Eight. For us, Shikaru. And I would hazard a guess to say for all Japanese, Okinawan, and Korean karate style / taekwondo. What can we say as one universal aspect of our base foot or base feet at all times? One thing that should not be violated ever.
our back feels always down.
Much more loud.
Our back feels always down.
Back heel is always down. No. Ah, okay. Put a pin in that because I want to finish addressing his. Okay. Then why during tension oppo do you do this? Right. Okay. So no, because there are times when the heel should come up. Okay. Now say that again.
Say when the weight is centered on your foot, I usually keep it, always keep it on it.
Okay.
All of my foot. Just about any stand.
Okay. 100% agree with that.
Except for that one.
I still agree with you.
Well, that's what
Okay.
makes
Putting those two things together, what is the one universal constant with our feet? Something is always in contact with what? Okay, what is that something? the balls of our feet and our toes. Right? How many people should have heard this? Gripping in your stance. Right? I don't know if you can see it from back. This drives me insane. If you're good enough, you can hit from here. If you're not good enough, no, you're not going. All right? Always, ball of foot and toes in contact with the ground. Always. The Chinese will disagree because they do a lot of heel turn. I don't like it. I can expound for several hours as to why I don't like it and why I think the Okinawans changed it. The Okinawans learned from the Chinese. Okinawans don't do this ever. It's another story for another day. So, what does that got to do with all this? Boom, boom, here. I don't know what it is about this one all of a sudden, but I'm seeing way too much of this at the end of number 8. So, okay, if you're going to hit, you can come up, rock and roll. I'm saying that all day long. I'll agree with you. This, nope. Not ever. Again. Hey. I like what you're doing. For some reason, you're taking off to that 90 degree. We go back 45. Hey! There we go. Good. Ah, much better. That should have felt better. Felt better to me. Run! Hey! Oh! Oh! Seek! Hut! Two! Good. Good. Go in. All right, Brandon Reese, switch places for me. Good. Pinon Yon, you guys can come forward a little bit. Thank you. Come forward. There you go. Pinon Yon now. What's your highest kata?
That I have done few Seiyushin.
Seiyushin.
I know been something good, but
No. You should have had Basai Dai, yes?
Oh yeah. Oh, no, that's the national
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you got Seichin Basai Dai. You started Kosokun Dai.
I had been something like before the pandemic, but
Okay, it's one of
the
those.
video I can't tell the exact code locations.
Pinon Yon now. Basai Dai. Side bomb to where you guys know it. Stop, and then I'll add a little bit to it. Hajime! Front leg turn. Scoop, push, right, lead hand, or side block, lead hand if you want to do it. And hammer fist. the thumb. Open. Good. You got this one here. Right leg is forward. Right distance to the left palm. Front leg steps across. Forward. Rolling motion. In. Skull and fist open. Open. Bring this hand, fall down, shorten it down. Open to the other side. Open. Ah. You're looking at, keep going. You need to take five, take five. Teresa,
Yes.
you good?
Yeah.
You good?
Good. Yes.
Keep going now. Couple more minutes. There you go. Carson, here, rib shot here. Ribs.
I'm not supposed to. I'm outside her house.
Yeah, ribs. Bottom floating rib.
It's more set.
Finish whatever kata you're doing, and then yama. Fuck. There you go. Good. Keep going. Good. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? What's up? Everybody good?
Yes.
All right, we're just gonna close the kind of for them. Oh,
Yes.
arigato. What the next? Go home.